Hello, JMats from GenerationD20.com, coming with you with my last video of a M12 sealed pre-release. I'm 3-0 at this point, going into round 4. I am recording the audio for this after the fact, because who cares why? Point is, the game's already been played, I already know how it turns out. You, on the other hand, might know how it turns out if you actually read the article already, but if you haven't read the article and you're just finding this on YouTube, then this is full of suspense. Very keepable hand, aggressive hand. Get that Drake out, hopefully turn 3 and start attacking through the air. Ponder makes it even better. And that's actually pretty good too. Between the Aether Adept and the Pacifism, I'm going to be able to clear the way for both the Sacred Wolf and the Drake for a couple turns. Ooh, and him not having a 2-drop really helps a lot also. So at this point, just play the Drake. And next turn, if I play the Wolf, I'll be able to set it up for 2 turns, then kind of assuming he only plays 1 creature each turn. Yeah, and I don't mind bouncing that. I mean, it has haste, but he's probably not going to attack with it. And if I bounce it this turn, the next turn, I could either draw the cards and do the pacifism, or Wolf and pacify it. And here's another example of, is it better to draw cards or better to get board state? One of those places I don't know. The thing I like about pacifism so much beyond other forms of removal is that when I do that, I mean, that creature's a recurring creature, but by putting the pacifism on it, it's not going to the graveyard, so it's not coming back. I think the Wolf is the play. Good. Glad to see that I made that play. Because that means I have 8 power on the board. He's going to be forced to play something. Maybe not. Maybe I get in for a bunch. Here. Definitely a good move. Attack in. He probably can burn something or kill something. I don't think you hold that back. So incinerate is what it's looking like. Deciding. Oh, fling. That's right, and that was an interesting combo because he decided to, instead of kill one of my creatures, he killed, or targeted me, which then made him get his flyer back and then use the combust. So it's an interesting tactic. It does shut down pacifism after I just got done praising it and saying it was the end-all be-all of removal, which it's not. But it just presents a different set of things than like a Doomblade, and typically against a black deck, getting rid of an enchantment is harder than bringing something back from the graveyard. But remembering in this set that you have, Sacrifice, Devouring Swarm, or also something like a Fling is good, because there are ways to sacrifice, there are ways to reset things. And now we're sitting here waiting on me, trying to remember what might have happened at this point. I know there was one of these videos where I ended up having to go to the bathroom, and it turned into this big long fiasco. because I knocked something over, and I'm kind of thinking this might be that big lull. And you would think that as a, well, I'm not going to say responsible or dedicated, those words don't really describe me, but as someone who's contributing to the online community and to GenerationD20.com, and actually hoping for its success, you'd think that someone like me would actually go and just take the very easy steps, now that I'm editing anyway, to just cut out this section so you don't have to just sit here and watch a screen and listen to me ramble and complain about how I did that. But I'm not going to do it, because I feel like if I set the bar to editing, if I even give you a taste of what it's like to have an edited match, we're never going to be able to rein you back into the low expectations. See? And there we go. Time's up. And now we're back to live gameplay. So it wasn't that bad. And certainly, that was 2 minutes or something. Definitely not worth my time to the 20 seconds it would have taken me to prevent those 2 minutes from being wasted. And knowing that I have the troll coming out, and even traded that. I was trying to figure out if there was a way to get both of them out. What I realized, though, is that there wasn't, but I wasn't going to have a regeneration mana up no matter what, so I might as well get the monolith out and the troll. And then he does his best, but not good enough. So it gets us to match 2. This was another case where, bringing in black, not a good idea. It's the reason that it was sideboarded. Doomblade isn't good against black. Deathmark isn't good against red, blue, or black. We're playing a red-black person. So at this point, the build I have is the best build I could possibly have. And that is another keeper. A couple really beautiful hands for the finals here. Always happy to see an Aether Adept. Oh, and I forgot about that, but he got aggressive with the Deathmark, probably sideboarded in. And those error messages, I don't know exactly what's going on. Where's my Facebook? What it ends up doing is it ends up keeping the rampant growth in my hand, but I'm not able to cast it. It's always fun when you get something goofy like that recorded. I kind of thought I had it, so at one point in time I do try to cheat by casting again. Judge me if you will, but I was just, making the most of what the magic gods gave me. And no big surprise that that's a shock. No shock. Yeah, so there's a bunch of lands. Don't want those. Might as well shuffle. Knowing that I'm one land away from mind control, and at this point I thought I'd be able to cast that rampant growth again, so I'm not really scared about it. And then here, I try to cast it and I'm not able to, and I think I play the looter, which I think is the right play. Oh, instead I play the adept. Well, that works too. Yes, it's going to have haste next time, but it's also going to be a turn. So every time he uses a turn on that, it gets me a little bit closer to something else. And once you get to mind control, it's always interesting in thinking about what you want to take. So, like, at this point, I still don't consider it that great of a threat. It's a 2-2. And being able to make my wizard into a 3-3 means I'll be able to attack in profitably. And I like to keep, the removal for things that I can't deal with. And a 2-2 with haste, he's already done the worst that he does, which is he has haste. Every turn after the first, then he's just a 2-2 flyer. Of course, he has that graveyard ability, but we don't have to talk about that. Now here, I think I go Oblivion Ring because I don't really want that creature. And hopefully I attack with the looter. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not going to looter away my mind control. So, attack in, get 6 in. Unfortunately, he's a little bit mana screwed. I mean, unfortunately for him, not for me. Yay for me. And combust, maybe? Yeah. And I have another one. And this is where it really gets cruel. Like, sometimes I feel bad the way that the Aether Adepts worked out because you bounce that, you attack in, and that gets him down to, I can't even see the number, but then when he casts him, I think it got him down to 8. So when I steal his guy, who still has haste, then it's a win.